guys, and welcome back. Well, as you may or may not know, Steve Harvey and Shirley Strawberry addressed their strawberry letter. Yeah, they were the strawberry letter on yesterday. The whole entire program was about them. It was about, they addressed the leaked tapes that came out, the conversation between Shirley Strawberry and her husband, and the remarks she made about Steve and Marjorie. And also Steve addressed everything about what Shirley said on the leaked tapes. And I don't want to paraphrase it. I want you to hear it. Now, I warn you, it's over 20 minutes long, but I want you to hear the whole entirety. Is that a word, entirety? But I want you to hear it. Here it is.
Phone calls happened. I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife, I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you. It was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend, I should say an ex-friend now. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you, he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me because I knew once the police and everyone, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become a real big story because it's your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I felt so stupid, and, I felt betrayed, humiliated, it was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? Police and jail and all of this. It was just something that I didn't, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends, and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so the fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him later that day. Well, I'll tell you the rest later, how I got the phone call from jail and all of that. But we'll be back at 23 minutes after the hour with this live strawberry letter.
Hey, we're back, everybody, and our strawberry letter this morning, as you can see, is a very, very real letter. I'm not going to interrupt it at this point. Shirley was going over some of the key points about how she discovered the actions of her husband, the date that she discovered it. She's apologized for the things that were said about myself and Marjorie in the letter. I'm not responding right now. I'm allowing her to tell her story. I think it's important that a person tells their side of it because, like I said earlier, this is no longer hearsay. This is not gossip or rumor. This is real life. So, Shirley, you can continue.
All right. So I was telling you how I found out that he was in jail. I got a call from the jail, and, I didn't answer it because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like, jail? Where'd this call? It just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And, he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, here we are a year later. Those days turned into weeks. The weeks turned into months. And like I said, this is just on and on every day. It's just something. And my life has just been a nightmare ever since. And it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to, just get him to think about something other than where he was. I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, lost my mind or something in this instance. People don't see what happens when these mics go off. Who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, happened? I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything. I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything. What I'm going through is what I'm going through, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now. You didn't need me to contribute to anything, and I thought back, because I knew I had to say something, speak on. You created this term years ago in Los Angeles called reality radio, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is about as real as it gets,
Sure.
And the reason I'm here before you now, I wanted to say it live on the radio, is because your name is in it. We've been friends for a long time, Steve, and these jail calls were made public, and I wanted to give you and Marjorie a public apology and to ask for your forgiveness publicly. I just wanted to have a real moment with you, and I have to tell you, I've been coming to work every day because, it's my only safe haven right now. It gave me a place where I could still be myself and forget my troubles for a little while, and just, do my job. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, of course, Steve, Tommy, Junior, and of course my girl Carla, for the space and the grace that you guys have shown me. This is a very difficult time in my life, if you can imagine. I love you guys. We're family, and I thank you. And I just want to thank everyone. I'm just trying to live. I'm sorry for what you and your wife are going through right now in your life. And I hate your names were dragged into my drama because you certainly don't deserve it. That's it.
Well, Shirley, let me say this. First of all, what's happening to me and Marjorie, I'm going to address that. But let me say this, though. The devil is busy. The devil is busy. And the devil don't come for those he got. He sends those that he has. So now, with all that's going on around us right now, what I do understand, though, see, this jailhouse conversation you had was last year in October 2022. But the devil know how to pile on at the right time. So this tape that was made in October 2022 gets released right on the heels of all of this to just pile on some more. And I guess you say, you know it was recorded because, you know, when everybody get that phone call, who ain't had that phone call? Fulton County, we please know yourself phone call. This phone call is being recorded. We come back, we'll address some more. But this strawberry letter look like it's about to be the 9 o'clock hour. So we'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this. All right, y'all, we're back. And the strawberry letter has been extended because I think there's a lot that need to be said. Just to give you a brief recap, we opened up the floor for Shirley to tell her story, whatever she wanted to do. We didn't rehearse this. We didn't plan this. Shirley came out and apologized for the things that were said about myself and my wife. But I also realize, and I know, the timing of all this is important because this conversation she had with her estranged husband was in October of 2022. The tapes got released right now. So, and then when you can throw my name on anything, because you look at all these stories, my name headlines the stuff. And so Shirley, when it came out, she called right away, apologized and everything. And so I understand that. And Shirley didn't want her mess to become our mess. Let me say this to you, Shirley. We have known about this right after it happened. But we can't get in nobody's marriage and just go, girl, what you doing? What you thinking? What you feeling?
We didn't want to say nothing.
Right. They didn't want to say nothing.
We didn't want to talk about it.
We didn't want to talk about it, and we wanted to create for you a space where you could come to work and have some moments, because I know what it's like.
And you did.
To get beaten and eaten alive. And so it became, for us, let's just be there for her. And when you want to tell us, you will tell us.
Yeah.
When you're ready. Now, good thing you had Monica, Mississippi Monica, who has been with you this whole ride. You did confide in her. Mm-hmm. So Monica would keep us posted, but until you wanted to invite us in, we were just left over here as a support system. And
well,
so
can I
we were
say,
just, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can I just say this? I look at you guys as my family. You know, we all are family. You know, a lot of times there was a time when we saw each other more than we saw our actual families. And, you know, it was just so hard for me I'm a private person, you know, but we all have our stuff. We talk afterwards. We're friends. We're all that. It was just hard for me to bring this particular thing up. I was just so embarrassed, you know, and humiliated, and I just felt like a fool. I felt so stupid, and, you know, I couldn't. It's not that I didn't want to talk about it. I just couldn't find the words, and that's the honest to God's truth. I just couldn't come to you guys. You know, if you had come to me, I would have opened up, but you know, I understand, but I couldn't. It was too much. It was just too much for me at that time, you know?
Okay. Shirley, we get it. Hang on. This strawberry letter's been extended. This is important, y'all. We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this. And we said we're not going to address it. I'm tired of it. And so when this came out, this how the devil worked. I'm going to pile it on. I'm going to go get somebody that worked for me. Because one more time, God don't come. The devil don't come for those he got. He sends the ones he has. So now I'm going to get me a government employee that needs some money, that work in Fulton County. I'm going to get a hold of him. I'm going to release these tapes. I'm going to get him to need a little bit of money. I'm going to give it to this female blogger, and she going to get a little bit of money, and now I'm going to soak them. But the timing of it was ugly because of everything else that's going on right now. And it made it look like Shirley was piling on. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't her intent, but it happened. Like I say, I understand. The part I'm coming with now is because it's been so ugly for my wife, man. And see, this is what I've never done before. It's been so ugly for my wife. And I've stood there trying not to say nothing. But I'm not a blog. We, me, Shirley, Carla, Tommy, Mississippi Jr., we ain't a blog. We're a real media platform. And I don't know if you all know what it's like to wake up every morning that we get up, and our job and mission is to brighten your day. And it don't matter how dark our day is. We got the job to be the morning show. And we got to put on the show. And Tommy come in here with Junior coming here off a crisis with sickle cell. Tommy come in here with bad news. Tommy get hit with cancer. Shirley going through her life right here. Carla got a whole family over here. Everybody got crosses to bear. But we got to come in here anyway, and we got to be the morning show. In spite of what's happening in our life, when it ain't funny or fun or inspirational or motivational or informative at all, we just in here trying to make it. So I get it. So what I'm about to do now is clear up a few things. And you know, the comment that came out, it was untimely. You know, but that's why we don't have people in our house. That's why that's why a whole lot of stuff we don't do. But when I come back, we'll be back, and my fat wheezing ass will straighten all this out.
Stop. I said I was sorry.
But I just want to be clear about that. I just wanted my fat wheezing ass going up these steps. I don't be back. I'm not going to let
You
that
were
go.
winded, though.
Well, you sorry all you want. Hell, that's what I heard. Because we sitting up in here and we dealing with stuff and that y'all just printing lies and rumors, and the viciousness of it is what I'm finna talk about. Now, let me tell you something. Normally, we don't care nothing about your blogs and all this here. But I'm really tired of y'all, man. And you know the sad thing behind all of this? The majority of these blogs, they black people. The very people that we try to uphold and uplift the most. What all of our foundation is about saving and changing the lives of young black people. And then it's the black bloggers that's the nastiest when it comes to all of us. And that's the part I want to get at, and then I'm gonna let it go. Because after today, ain't no more. After today, there will be no more. So when we come back, we'll be more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I'm so sick of this strawberry letter. We'll be right back. This woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not going to split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. Now, I'm defending her. And you can feel how you want to feel about that. That's the God in me. But now, listen, let me give you one piece of Steve Harvey. If I see your ass.
We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
All right, we're back. This is the end of the show. It's been a morning.
I'm proud of you, Shirley. I really am.
Yeah, Shirley, I'm proud of you. We love
It takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to do what you did, to be transparent like this, Shirley. You tell your story. Don't let other people tell your story. In our journey in life, we all make mistakes. Shirley, we all make mistakes. And you have to keep asking God to guide your steps. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
Can I say this?
Yeah, man.
We family, and we got family members. There's not a moment that I ain't got on Steve's nerves, and he said, and he in a private conversation with somebody else, you know what, Tommy got on my damn nerve today. It's not like we haven't said things that we just say. You know what, the Junior got on my damn nerve. I'm sick of Junior ass. I said that to somebody.
I've said the same thing, Tom.
You know what I'm saying?
This morning before I came to work, actually.
Tommy getting on your nerves. You said it before you opened the mic.
All these damn pictures he's sending, Lord.
Ooh.
Another
You know, man, Carla's right. Tommy's right. Nobody wants their private thoughts brought.
Come on, man.
Nobody. Do you know what would happen if any of us had our private thoughts and private conversation aired? Lord
Yeah, I
have
do.
mercy. We wouldn't have no damn. We wouldn't have a morning show. Y'all wouldn't be. Y'all show wouldn't have a job out there. I just think that everybody. We don't live in a world that's forgiving anymore.
Not at all.
We don't live in a kind world anymore. We live in a fallen world. But we do have a lot of huge fans on this show. And we do understand that there's a lot of people who love us. The problem, and I've said it 100 times, is hate is louder than love. But love is stronger. And we all gonna have to learn that lesson. And as much as I want to get out there and change things, and as much as I wish people would stand up and back me more, that ain't the world we live in. We live in a social media climate, and everybody's idea is to tear somebody down to get clicks. And we just not going to sit here and let you click this sister's life away. And I'm not going to sit here no longer and let you destroy my wife's image and character. It's hard, and we need each other to support each other to show love. Now, look, man, do I expect this to change anything? Probably not. But you know what? At least it feel good to say your piece. Sometimes, man, you just want to be able to say your side of it. To tell your damn story, your truth. Now, are they going to twist it? Yes.
Yes.
Are they going to try to flip it and use it against you? Yes. But I got news for you. Isaiah 54:17 is real. It's the word of God. And I don't care what you do. What God got for me. What God got for you. What God got for Shirley. There ain't nothing you can do about it. What God got for Carla. What God got for Junior, for Tommy, for Monica. There's nothing you can do about it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what's really crazy, man? Do you know really how YouTube and all this stuff works? Do you know how many tens of thousands of clicks you have to get to make 3 to 5 cents? Do you know how many millions of views you got to have to make thousands of dollars? But here what happened. When y'all jump on that danger tear 'em down trail and you post your video, what y'all do to each other is y'all cannibalize each other. So if y'all would just leave that one video, everybody would have to go there to see it. And that person could profit. But now y'all take it like y'all did your music and you spread it on your site. Now a person can go anywhere and get it. Now guess what? Now ain't nobody getting 1 million views, so don't nobody profit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I just wish, man, that we as a people would get out the hate business. Because the hate business don't pay. I don't know if y'all been watching real close, but if you look at anybody out there that's been in the hate business, it don't look real good right now. I don't know if you noticed that. Listen, y'all, there's a motivational speaker named George White. And this dude, he released something that has kept me, and I play it to myself every day. I'm gonna play this. This is George White, a motivational speaker.
God chose you, so you're gonna have to fight more. You're gonna have to do more. You're gonna have to overcome more. But you're gonna receive more. You're gonna receive more. You who your bloodline been waiting for. And God chose you because he know he can trust you. He know he can trust you. He know you will keep faith when things go bad. He know that you won't retaliate when people do evil against you. He know that you won't be conformed to this world, but you'll be transformed by the renewing of your mind. By the renewing of your mind, because you chose it. Big dog.
That's the God I serve. That's the God we serve. Shirley, you're our girl, you're our family. All is forgiven. We coming to work. Tommy.
One more thing real important, Shirley.
Yes.
At least you don't have to cook no more. You know?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Everything she said, that's what
You know what I'm saying, Shirley? I mean, you ain't got to cook no more food. Shirley.
Look at the bright side. There's a silver lining.
Put your pots of pants up, Shirley.
Well, I just want to say, thank you guys for letting me finally get that out. I've been holding it in for quite some time.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you guys. That's all I can say. And Steve, to you, thank you, of course, for not firing me.
This ain't worth losing no job over. I had way worse stuff happen to me. But you know it did. I just found out my fat wheezing ass had to
Just do
something.
some cardio, that's all.
Oh, I'm already got the... Hey, you forgot. That's an old ass tape. You ain't seen me. I'm so fly right now. All right, y'all. Hey, man, y'all keep talking to God. We love you.
Okay, guys. Now, what you were listening to was the Steve Harvey and Shirley Strawberry addressing on the radio all this about Shirley's husband, her conversation to her husband while he's in prison, the leaked tapes that talked about Steve Harvey and Marjorie. And also, and it talked mostly, Shirley apologized to Steve Harvey and Marjorie for the remarks that was made in the conversation. As you heard, she talked about her ordeal. Her husband has been in jail almost a year, and those recorded tapes was done a year ago before this stuff about Steve and Marjorie materialized. And as you heard, Steve denied anything's wrong with his relationship with him and his wife, Marjorie. Also, he denounced the bloggers who have been reporting the events that has been displayed, and he quoted Bible scriptures like he was T.D. Jakes, honey. And he, I want to address Steve, okay? Mr. Steve Harvey, who has stood on other people's backs to get where he is today, has never been faithful to any woman but Marjorie. I guess he's been faithful to Marjorie. I don't know if Marjorie been faithful to him, but but for him to denounce bloggers and their occupation and talking about how they're trying to get a buck and how the black blogger spread. Come on, Steve. Weren't you the one who was trying to get my man Bernie Mac job? I mean, before Bernie died, he came out, and in the interview, he even said that it was Ocean 11. Bernie Mac played in both of them, Ocean 11, and he was auditioning for Ocean 12, and Steve was auditioning for Ocean 12, and he in the interview, he said that when Steve interviewed for the job, they dropped salt on Bernie Mac. And little did Steve and his associates know that they came back and told Bernie Mac what he said, because Steve was trying to get the part that Bernie Mac played, and they gave it to Bernie Mac, and they also told. So Steve, come on now, you ain't no T.D. Jakes, you ain't no prophet now, and holier than thou, and quote scriptures, and here you are going through the back door meeting with Trump, and was surprised when the folks came, and you getting off the elevator with Trump. Come on now. Come on, Steve Harvey. Now, you can't even talk about nobody. But bump what Steve's saying, because Steve ain't real. I mean, hey, they ain't lying on Marjorie. Marjorie past is torrid, and he is too. So ain't no bloggers lying on him. But anywho, I would like to say I do feel sorry for Shirley because this is the man who talking about other folks and quoting Bible scripture. Remember when his memo was leaked about him talking to his employees like they were nothing? Didn't take them to L.A. with him when he transferred from Chicago to LA and had a memo. If you see me in the hall, don't approach me, don't talk to me. You gotta have an appointment this week. I ain't forget all that. And Steve trying to act like he's so such and much. Come on, Steve Harvey. For $1 you'll stab anybody in the back, and you talking about bloggers. Come on, man. You tell that to somebody I don't know. You and Marjorie passed. But anyway, I do feel sorry for Shirley. And I still feel sorry for her because, but I tell you, she's not the first woman who's been played by a man, a husband, boyfriend, associate, whatever. And she won't be the last, but I do feel sympathy for her. She discussed that she, after this man went to prison, she lost her home, and I guess they took her car. She didn't explain why he took her car and why he took. Well, I guess maybe he was on the, because he went to jail, which she didn't go into, but. For fraud, and so I guess the proceeds of the fraud, the government probably showed just cause that his money was a part of the house and the car, and so that's why they took it. So, and she said that, she lost her home and her car and all of that. So I do feel sorry for Shirley, and she did say that divorce is in progress now, and she don't speak to him anymore, I guess when he went to prison, when he was arrested, he told her a bunch of lies, and she believed in her husband. She thought it wasn't true until they brought the evidence, and oh yeah, it's true, which what we heard was fraud and child pornography and all of that. So, but she didn't get into it, but she said they was horrible charges, and the divorce is in progress as we speak. So I do feel sorry for Shirley, but Shirley, keep your head up, girl. I feel sorry for her also having to work for Steve Harvey, and has said that, which he apologized, but I'm sure he's not going, because Steve is not a nice person. I don't care how he acts and want us to believe, because, like I said, we've seen the memo. We see how he treats people, and we've heard of all of that. So I'm sure it's going to be hell working beside Steve. And she said that because even when she was apologizing, he was still saying, yeah, my fat wheezing ass. And so I guess she must have made that comment on one of the tapes about, he wheezes when he walks up the stairs or something. So he just made statements about that over and over. So it's not going to be hard to still work beside Steve Harvey. So I do feel for her there as well, because he's not going to let that, he's not going to fire her because he still wants to look like the good guy, But I know it's going to be hell sitting there working beside Steve. But she did apologize for what she said. Being true, hey, that's how she felt. And hey, he didn't deny it, and she didn't say it was a lie. She just apologized for saying it. But hey, it is what it is. Just like she told her husband, it is what it is. Marjorie don't want us to come over, and she referred to us as the help. Now you know that ain't right. And if she's so such and much and Steve's so such and much, he would have denounced that. He would have said something about that. No, my wife ain't said that. No. And remember, she said he's scared of Marjorie. Anyway, but my question to you all, I'm not going to keep you because I know this video has ran past its time because that was a long recording, but I wanted you to hear it in its entirety. What y'all think? Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always important, be blessed, y'all.